Okay, that fish you saw just now took a fly that I tied called the Fat Foam Stimulator. That was at Neshanty Creek in Vollant, PA, a little while back. Never made a video with that fish, so I figured I'd add it to this series. First, what we will start with is we have a 75 denier thread. It's a actually it's an older style thread. It's more like a silk thread. Ties real nice. Give it a few wraps. Trim it off. And wrap it down to about the bend of the hook. Wrap it back a little bit. And then we're going to add a little yellow Antron yarn. Got it at a local fly shop called the International Angler. This is just going to be a little attractor. Alright. Get a couple wraps, wrap it down to the bend of the hook there. Going to make it about the same length as what the tail is going to be. Alright, looks good. And I prepared 2 stacks of deer hair. Save a little time. This actually is elk hair. Forgive me. You can use deer hair or elk hair. This is elk hair. Make sure you brush all the fluff out of the bottom there. What I like to do is add a little super glue before I lay this down. Just makes everything a little more sturdy. And make that about the same length as that Antron. Couple easy wraps. And wrap it back to the bend again. Want to continue holding the tail so it don't flare out on it too much. Wrap it back up, wrap it through. We can make a little taper. And that should be good. It looks pretty good. Cut this away, trim it down. Alright, looks good. Now the feather I'm going to use is actually from a hackle that I got. It's actually a wet hackle, if you can see that or not, that I got some time ago. Actually got some really nice dry flies in it. It's going to be a little long, but I want it that way because I'm going to trim the bottom of it anyway to make it flat. You want to prep the end. And then I like to add a little of this crazy glue to the feather itself. going to hold it, since I'm not going to use any wire. Secure it in there. And now you're going to use the foam that I prepped from a 1mm foam sheet that you can find at any craft store. They're cheap, you can get them in a pack. And this will be your body. Just lay it on top, a couple of wraps down, a couple of wraps back, and there you go. Now it's important that you wrap over top of the fly to bring it back. This will stretch a little bit, but don't pull too hard or it'll break. And bring it down about here. You don't want to make it too long because you need room for your wing. Good, trim that. Leave a little tag in so you can wrap it down. I'm going to start your taper here. Taper is the important part of this fly here, so it looks good and you don't crowd the eye. Okay, take your feather and you can wrap either way, under or over. I've been doing this under lately. I like to make a few wraps here, make it nice and thick. I think it looks a little better that way than sparse wraps. I've made stimulators before with sparse wraps, but this one I like to make thick. It looks good. Alright, go ahead and cut it. Tie it down a few more times here. Alright, let's trim that up a little bit. Okay, it looks good. Like I said, we're going to trim that bottom a little bit when we're done there. Make it flat. Alright, now we're going to take our second patch of deer here that I already pre-cut off the patch. Looks pretty good. Sure it's all cleaned out. It's actually elk hair, I should say. It's not deer hair. Tie them both ways. I just pulled out a patch of elk hair for this one. The color I wanted. Right, go ahead and measure the length that you need. And again, you're going to put a little bit of super glue down. Holds it real nice. Won't spin around on you. Measure to the length you want, hold it in place, and wrap over nice and easy. Go ahead and start securing it down and bring it up backwards. Try not to catch any of that hackle that's already on there. And go ahead and take it through the hair. You're going to build a taper down to the eye. Okay, that looks pretty good. With that super glue on there, it doesn't spin around, it's easier to handle. Go ahead, trim it up. Alright, once you have it all trimmed up here, you can go ahead and take your thread, wrap it down, build up a little tapered head here. About like that. Alright, looks good. Now, you're going to take the other section of that hackle that you used to wrap the body. You can go ahead and prep it by removing the fibers from the front and also the fibers from one side of the feather. The reason you do that is you want the feather to lay nice and flat. It gets a little thick if you don't do it that way. The reason I didn't do the body that way, it really doesn't matter. It sinks into that foam pretty good. But I've actually done it, I've stripped them on the body on other styles with the foam that sinks in there real nice. You can see there. So you add your crazy glue again, which better make sure I tell you I'm using crazy glue. I'm saying super glue, but we'll put a little dab of crazy glue on there. Add the hackle feather in. Couple wraps. Looks good. These are real fine point scissors, real nice to work with. I'm left-handed and using right-handed scissors isn't always fun, but these scissors are actually pretty sharp and work pretty well for left-handers. Loon, I think they're called needle point. Real fine point. Alright, wrap it back up. Now we're going to add the superfine dubbing. Is Waspy is the brand. I normally make my own dubbing, but I bought this on sale. Bought a few packs. Pretty inexpensive. I don't know, $2 a pack. Can't go wrong there. I think I paid a little less than that, but this dubbing is real fine. It's easy to work with. What I do like to do is add just a little bit of the dubbing wax, just a tiny bit. It holds it on there a little better. And when you put your dubbing on, make sure you spin it one way. And we're going to go ahead and spin that back on there and get that dubbing a little better. Alright, you want to dub down to the front. Try to make it nice and even. And again, you don't want to crowd the eye of the hook. Could be an issue on this, could be an issue on any fly really, but it's easier to taper it down and just make sure you think about that. And take your hackle feather. If you need hackle pliers, you can use those. But I don't think I'll need them on this. Alright. Looks good. Trim that off. And take your whip finish tool, or if you want to do 1/2 inches. Couple whips. That's pretty much it. What I like to do is, like I said, we're going to trim the bottom of that. First we're going to add a little bit of the UV resin. You can use anything you want to skewer. A lot of times I use other type of cements, but the UV, I use a lot of the UV anymore. It's a little bit on your needle. Wrap it around the thread. And zap it. And we'll take a smaller block in here to make sure you clear the eye out. Got a little bit of the okay. Now we're going to trim the bottom. We'll make this flat because it will land flat right side up a lot more times if you do this. In fact, I might show you when I get done tying it here. I think I will. Looks good. Got that one stray hair, but the fish don't care. If you want to be picky about it, you can pluck it out of there. But there you have it. You have a fat foam stimulator. A little fatter than normal. It's got real nice body on it. And it floats like a champ. If you want to, you can even put a little floatant into your wing, into your body here. And you'll probably never have to add floating to it again. It'll float all day. Floats great like it is. Alright, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please give me a like and subscribe if you want to see more. Hopefully we'll get catch more fish with different flies, and we'll make more videos. Alright, thanks. Appreciate it. Let me show you how well it floats and how well it lands. Just throwing it down into the water. If you can see that pretty well or not. Floats like a champ.